Hello everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihan's Cuisines. Today we are making chicken pilau in the Instant Pot. So now I have not made chicken pilau in the Instant Pot before. I wanted to try this recipe because I've had a lot of people say, well, don't test recipes, do them on the screen and videotape it. And I said, fine, this is one that I felt comfortable doing. So this was the first time. But it came out amazing. So if you want to learn how to do this, let's go ahead, review all the ingredients. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, there's a bell right next to it. Hit the bell so that you don't miss any new uploads. Let's get started. So you see a lot of ingredients here, but don't worry. I'm going to take you step by step to do this. We're going to do this together. So we're going to need oil. We're going to need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil, so we'll use that. Here I have 2.5 chickens that I have cut and cleaned. They're bone-in. I'm using 1.5 of that. Here I have 2.5 cups of rice. I haven't washed it yet, but I'll wash it. I'm not going to soak the rice. Here I have 2 large potatoes that I have cut and cleaned and cut in bite-sized pieces, and I have also soaked it in water so that they don't oxidize. Here, the ingredients here, the 4 things that you'll see here: the yogurt, the sliced onions, the cucumbers, and the carrots. That we're gonna make a condiment out of. It's called Raitu, and we have to have something like this when we have our pilau. Now you can also make kachumber, which would be just to omit the yogurt and you have a kachumber, okay? And that's also used in eating a pilau. We're gonna use salt to taste. I have here 4 tablespoons of ginger and garlic. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons that's gonna go in our marination for our chicken. 2 tablespoons are gonna go inside when we put in our whole spices. That I feel when it fries up with the oil, it gives it that intense flavor, all right? So now I'm gonna take you step by step. For the marination of the chicken, I have here 3 tablespoons of yogurt. This is thick yogurt. I have a tablespoon of cumin powder, a tablespoon of coriander powder, and a tablespoon of garam masala. This stuff here is gonna go for our marination. I'm gonna add some salt in there as well. For our whole spices, what we're gonna do is I have here a large onion that I have chopped up in tiny pieces. And then we're gonna do 4 red dried chili peppers. You could use any peppers you like. I have 4 bay leaves here. You can add more or little as you like. I have 1 cinnamon stick. I have about 8 cardamom pods. I have half a teaspoon of whole cloves. And then I have, this is black pepper. And then here I have about 8 cloves that we're also going to be using in the recipe. So now let's get started and I'll show you everything step by step. Let's go ahead, turn our saute mode on and put the oil in. So let's go ahead and add the 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. Now we don't need too much oil in here. We just need enough so that we have enough to fry our onions, saute our onions and also fry up the whole spices. Now it might look that I'm putting a lot, but I'm not. My oil dispenser, it comes out really slowly, so that's great. All right, so while it's getting warm, I am going to go ahead and first add my onions in here. And I did forget a really important ingredient, and that is cumin seeds. We're gonna need cumin seeds, so I'm gonna go grab that. All right, now while that's frying up, let's add half of our ginger and garlic in here. And then we're gonna add our cumin seeds in here. We're gonna let this fry up nicely. While that's going on, let's go ahead and quickly add the stuff that we need to in our chicken. Okay, so in the chicken goes our ginger garlic. I really like doing it this way. I like that marination that goes into our chicken. All right, then we're gonna put our yogurt in here. Then I have my cumin powder, coriander powder, and garam masala. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt. And by little bit, I can say about a teaspoon. All right, we'll mix this up. And we're gonna leave this on the side, and then we're gonna work on see what our onions look like, and then we're gonna add our whole spices, let that fry up in the Instant Pot, then we'll combine everything together. You can see here that the onions have not browned, which is perfect because I want this pilau to be more of a white color, and they're still not very, very soft. So at this point, I'll go ahead and add my red peppers, bay leaves, cloves, whole pepper, corns, cinnamon, cardamom. Perfect. We're gonna let this now give that pilau. This is where the aromatics are gonna come from, all right? We're gonna let the onions get a little bit soft. Then we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken in here. I'm gonna add my potatoes in there. I just want the potatoes to be like half cooked. Then we'll add the chicken. All right, for our raito, what we're gonna do is add yogurt in here in the same bowl that I'm going to be serving it in. Okay. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Now, I am going to do about half a teaspoon of cayenne. I don't want it too spicy. I'm also going to be doing half a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. I'm not going to be doing salt in here because I already added the Cajun seasoning in here, and the Cajun is pretty salty. Next, we add the onions, carrots, cucumbers. And that's how fast you can make a nice raito. The trick to this is let it marinate nicely so that it'll get really, really nice. The onions will soften. The cucumbers is going to release some water, and that's going to soften. So see how it's pretty thick right now? That's completely fine. And I'm not going to add any water or any more lemon juice in it. But when we're done in the end, I'll show you how much water will come out of the onions, and it'll become really nice and perfect consistency for a condiment. Make sure you do a taste test, and it's perfect. So I'm going to keep this aside. Let's continue with our pilau. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of salt in here, and they are about halfway cooked, the potatoes. Now we'll add our chicken in here. Give it a really nice stir, and I am going to be cooking this for about 5 minutes until I will show you that the chicken should be really nicely stir-fried, and it will be like outside will be done, the inside will still be raw. That's the time we're gonna put our rice in there, and then we're gonna put it on the rice mode. All right, look at this. So the outside of the chicken is white. You see that? Outside is white. When I press on it, I know that the inside is not cooked yet. All right, so that's exactly where I want it. Now what I'm going to do is I've washed my rice. Our chicken is also going to take out water. So at this point, I'm only going to add 1 cup of water in here. And it's a trial, so we'll see what happens. I'll let you know in the end if that was a good decision or not. All right, I'm just going to stir this really well. And I'll add the 1 cup of water in here. Because see, the chicken is still gonna take out water. So I don't want my pilau to be super mushy. But this will be perfect. Remember to check the description part of the video for a full recipe and the method. And if I change anything on it, I will put it in the description box. So please always make sure that whatever video you're watching, that you always go in the description box and you check that out. I've given everything a really good mix. At this point, we're gonna cancel out of our saute mode and we're gonna put it on the rice mode. Cancel out of that. I am going to put it on rice mode. I am then going to close the lid. the valve onto sealing mode. All right, so this is going to build up the pressure. It's going to do its thing. When it's done, we'll come back, we'll open it together, and then we'll assess what it looks like. And pressure release so that we can open it up. I'm going to cancel out of everything right now. All right, so pressure is released. Let's go ahead and open this up together. We are going to double check if the potatoes are cooked, if the rice is cooked, if the chicken is cooked. So you want to take a fork and you just want to fluff the rice up. You don't want to put a big spoon in and start moving things around. You're going to break the rice. All right. Woo, that's hot. Okay, hold on. Okay, so chicken is definitely cooked. And I'll show you how I know. All right. You see this? Cut into it. Look, it's all white, so this is cooked. Let me grab a potato. Potato is fork tender, and let me show you the rice. Look at how beautiful this rice is. I'm gonna let it cool just a little bit, and then I'm gonna put this in a serving dish, and then we'll come and do a taste test. All right, chicken pilau is done. I'm super happy with our timings, and the chicken came out amazing. The rice is cooked. It has not broken down. It has not become mush. My potatoes have cooked. And I also wanted to show you the raito that we made. Look at how much water it has come out of it. So this is why we don't add the extra water. Also do a taste test because I had to add a little bit of salt in there. So do a taste test so that you can adjust the seasoning according to your palate. So as far as a taste test, I want to show you here first. Our chicken is so beautifully cooked. Look at this. Look, it's super hot, but look, it's just really nice, white, perfectly cooked. Our potatoes are also fork tender. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of my raito here, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of my chicken in here. And I'm gonna do a taste test for you. This is delicious. Not only was it super easy to make, but it took no time at all to put this in the Instant Pot and get this done. A shout out to Fatima Haji for telling me to do this video and encouraging me to do the pilau in the Instant Pot. So thank you, Fatima, and I finally did it. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video.
See you then, friends.
Yeah, let's do it again. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.